Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today is a huge day. I'm releasing my track Closer together with Raptures, and we are going to take you through how we made the track. Feel free to check out the track down below, all links will be down in the description. And before we get into the video, I want to give a quick thanks to this video's sponsor, BenQ. So BenQ sent me one of their latest products called the Screenbar Plus. The BenQ Screenbar Plus is designed to illuminate your desktop, so that way you're not just looking at the light coming from your screen all the time. And for a guy like me who literally spends pretty much all waking hours in front of the computer, having good lighting is so important. It sits right at the top of your screen and it just illuminates everything that is below it. And because of its design, it's not going to create any kind of screen glare or anything in your screen. You're not even going to notice that it's there. It's just going to create some really nice lighting for your desk. You can adjust the light intensity and also the color temperature of the light. So in the morning when I need to get to work, I just turn on the light, full brightness, the coldest color temperature, and it just gives me a perfect ambient lighting for work mode. And in the evening when I want to relax, I just turn the intensity down a little bit, switch the color temperature to much warmer, and it's just really nice to have that extra bit of light. So yeah, I've been using the Screenbar Plus for 2 weeks now, and I can genuinely say I really like it. So thank you so much to BenQ for reaching out to me about this light. And if you're like me, spending a lot of time in front of the computer, gaming, making music, whatever it might be, definitely check this light out because it's helped me so much and I'm sure it can help you too. Now without any further ado, let's get right into the video. So guys, we are inside the project. I'm here with Raptures. How you doing, my man?
Yo man, what's good?
Do you wanna tell the guys watching how this collab came to be?
Yeah, like when MHA just started like YouTube, he put this idea on his Instagram, and I saw it, and I was like, dude, I have to work on this. I don't know, no matter what happens, I have to work on this. And to my surprise, he actually sent me the project. This project is like this is not a new project. This is like really old.
I think it's 8 months old at least.
Yeah, at least 8 months old.
Alright, so we are in the very first project that I sent Raptures. As you can see, it is very bare bones. I did not do a lot of stuff in the beginning, but this is what the very first project sounded like.
Try to be honest, I'm not good at letting down my guard, but I really want it. Before you, I was running in the dark. When you said this was goodbye, that's when I realized I can't live without you. I want you and only you. I got nothing left to lose. Oh, so I'll keep waiting for you. It's the only thing that I can do to keep my composure. Oh, I need you closer.
Wow, that's really weird listening to this.
Yeah, it sounds wrong.
It sounds really bad actually. But one thing that didn't change much since the original idea was the vocal chops. So all I did was I opened up the vocal in SliceX and I chopped it up using this button right here, and then I just started to kind of find a vocal chop melody. It sounds kind of choppy and a bit unrefined, but after you add some effects to it, it's gonna clean it out a little bit. So first off, I added quite a bit of OTT, then I added some wave shaper and a little bit of alter boy to shift the format down, and some reverb. And after that, it sounded like this. In general, I really like to add a lot of compression and distortion to my vocal chops. It really helps to kind of make them feel more alive.
Yeah, like when the vocal chops, when you listen to the vocal chops without anything else, they might seem a bit harsh and loud, but when you play them with like the entire track with like all those elements together, the distortion is what actually helps the vocal come up the top of the mix and stand out instead of just getting drowned in the other elements.
That's the thing with distortion. It's one of those plugins that a lot of beginners don't really know how to use. But distortion is, in my opinion, one of the most important effects that you can use. It can completely transform the sound. It also brings a lot of texture and like brightness to the sound.
Yeah, and like also like it's not just about using distortion on the vocals. Like you can use the distortion on like literally anything in your sample library to like make it sound different, give it more character. Like the possibilities are endless.
Yeah. So distortion is a really good thing.
Yeah, so when I got the project from MHA, I divided it into like two parts. Like the stems, most of the stems are like in this part. And then whatever work I did, I just put it down below the actual stem. So it's like I never got confused where what thing was. I didn't have to do any big changes in like the stuff he sent me. I just did like a bunch of layering. Like for example, I layered his moody slidey bass with another preset, which is basically like a LFO. It is not even like a bass. It's just a plug that I put an LFO on. I basically added like all the like atmosphere and like the drums in the build up, and like in the drop there's the melody that plays, and I started hinting out the melody like from the very beginning, just to like make it more interesting. Yeah, so this is what I added into the track that MHA sent me. And then the vocal comes in here, and then the drop. Okay, yeah, so in the drop, I basically I added like some percussions, like some drums in between the kicks and the claps to make their movement more like bouncy and rhythmic. And I also layered the bass line with another preset, which was like a really simple, gritty bass layer like this. It's like you can hardly notice it. So I also added a lead sound, which plays in the second part of the drop. And yeah, the thing about this lead is it's actually a really simple lead. Like if I remove all the processing from it, it sounds nothing special. If I remove the processing from it, it sounds like you can't even hear it. I have to solo it. And if I add back the processing on it, so what I did on the lead was, so it's like I added a compressor to make it a bit louder, like 0.9 dB. Fruity Squeeze. This is a plugin I have never seen anybody use. I don't know why. It's basically like a bit crusher. It's not meant to be used as a bit crusher as far as I know, but I was just changing the presets and I came across this preset called Punch. And then I just changed the amount a little bit, and then it sounded really crunchy. And then I added like a reverb. It's not doing anything. Everything is zero, as you can see, except the high cut and the mix. I use this a lot, like on a lot of things. It makes your sound much more cleaner for some reason. Like you can see the comparison. Like if I turn it on, and then I turn it off. So yeah, I like to use this on a lot of stuff. It makes it sound cleaner in my opinion. And then some basic OTT, Magic Stereo is like a stereo widener plugin that you guys can use. EQ, Camel Crusher, multiband compressor to boost some of the high frequencies. And then if you layer all of these drums with the stems MHA sent me, it sounds like. Yeah, that was basically what I did.
Alright guys, big thanks to Raptures for taking his time to go through what he did on this track. Before I go through the final version, go check him out on all his socials and stuff like that. I'll leave all the links in the description. Now I'll show you the final project. Nice. So here we are. It certainly looks very big, this project, but it's very simple. So obviously Raptures, he showed you what he did. He contributed a ton with the kind of grooviness and the overall vibe of the track. He added some really nice ambience overall, and probably most importantly, he did the entire lead of the track, which completely changed the vibe of it. So on the drums, impact, snaps side of things, we have this. At the top we have some sort of cut-off kick. It just brings a lot of boominess to this impact sound that we have here. Cashmere. Cashmere, is that the same sample? Okay, that's interesting. We have another Cashmere impact as well. On the instrument side of things, we have one of my moody slider basses. As well as some ambient shots. Link to all my samples and presets are down in the description. And obviously down here is everything that Raptures added, so like the lead, these little surf bongos, and a bunch of really nice ambience and sound effects and stuff like that. And for the drop part, starting from the top, we have some chimes here at the top that Raptures added. I really like that actually. It gives it a lot of like texture, and it's a nice little sound. Then we have two kicks. And I think there are some more kicks down here that we'll get to. After that, I added some brass shots. And here we have some really interesting perks. Some simple claps. And here we have a bunch of random, I think it's Cashmere percussions. Down here we have those other two kicks I was talking about. So together with the other kicks, they sound like this. Down here we have a third bass layer after Raptures added the one he showed you. And this is one of the presets from my Silent bank. I don't know which one it is, because I hadn't named the presets yet. This was before I released everything. So that way you can really tell how old this project is. So these three stems make up all of the percussions that Raptures added, which bring a ton of groove to the track. And I mean, after the second drop, it's basically just rinse and repeat. Now I'll send you back to me in the future to say goodbye. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. I hope you found it interesting, even though we couldn't really show you everything that we did, since we mostly had stems to work with here in the final project. Don't forget to check the track out, all links are in the description. And go check out Raptures as well, he's a really nice guy. Check out his Instagram and Spotify down below. And last but not least, as most of you guys know, this is my full-time job doing YouTube and making music. If you're interested in getting some really nice sound banks and sample packs, head over to the link in the description to mhamusic.com. It really helps me out, it enables me to do more videos like this, and yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I will be back next Friday with a brand new video. So until then, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye bye.